En 1985, el momentum se detuvo. La Administración de Comida y Drogas de los Estados Unidos, alentada por la industria farmacéutica, lanzó una investigación de la industria en los Estados Unidos. Esto provocó un pánico a nivel nacional, llevándose a Herbalife consigo. Habrán más artículos saliendo sobre esta empresa y no todos serán positivos. Algunos de ellos serán muy negativos, ¿entienden? Van a lanzar algunos golpes contra nosotros. Van a decir algunas cosas malas respecto a nuestros productos y algunos de los ingredientes. Uno pone este polvo de proteínas que le hacen sentir con vida y a su vez lo critican a uno por hacerlo. Yo pienso que la crítica llega cuando uno tiene a tanta gente yéndole tan bien. Es sujeto a preguntas. ¿Cómo le puede ir tan bien a tanta gente? Y me parece que lo mismo aplica al dinero. La empresa, como lo anuncié en el programa, cuenta con ingresos de 500 millones. Pero tú cuentas con muchos socios con los que tienes que compartir esa cantidad. Hay aproximadamente 1 millón de distribuidores afuera. ¿Cuánto de eso le llegará a ellos por vender el producto? 66%. 66 de ello le llega a la gente, sí, a los distribuidores. Con el apoyo de miles de distribuidores que marcharon en Washington, D.C., Mark testificó frente al Senado de los Estados Unidos en lo que fue su batalla por su sueño. Durante 6 días de arduo testimonio televisado en los cuales Herbalife fue su principal enfoque, la confianza de Mark en sus productos y su sueño nunca falló. Debieron traer a esas personas en lugar de a esos supuestos expertos en nutrición. Pienso que si son tan expertos en la pérdida de peso, ¿por qué están tan gordos? Me parece, y no estoy tratando de hacer un chiste, que deben usar nuestros productos. Quisiera decir algunas palabras primero. Pienso que la pregunta principal en esta sala en los últimos 2 días ha sido, ¿son los productos de Herbalife seguros? Y ha sido claro en estas reuniones durante los últimos 2 días que invariablemente lo son. Estoy feliz de anunciar que después de 1 año y medio con muchas discusiones en la Administración de Alimentos y Drogas, el abogado general del Estado de California y el Departamento de Salud del Estado, estas 3 agencias han determinado de manera independiente que los productos de Herbalife han sido y siguen siendo seguros para el público americano. Además que todas las afirmaciones, etiquetas y materiales de marketing están de acuerdo con el espíritu y la letra de las leyes federales y estatales. En las últimas 3 semanas he perdido 32 libras. No puedo creer que estoy perdiendo peso. En 7 meses yo he perdido 208 libras. Ha sido tan emocionante, he perdido 228 libras. Damas y caballeros, Norman Dignard. Antes de Herbalife, solo soñaba ser delgado. Solo lo soñaba. Gracias a Herbalife, ahora soy delgado. Herbalife recién comienza. De la pasión de un hombre a la historia del éxito global, Herbalife continúa con el sueño de Mark como guía. Déjenme decirles qué vamos a hacer con una empresa llamada Herbalife. Vamos a llevar a esta empresa cliente por cliente, distribuidor por distribuidor, y llevaremos a Herbalife alrededor del mundo. Eso es lo que vamos a hacer.
thought I'd tell you just real quickly a little bit about myself, kind of how we got to where we are, and then just get right into the announcements here. We've got an awful lot to celebrate here this evening with all the distributors who have done just such an outstanding job over the last year. But Herbalife means everything in the world to me. I started the company when I was very young, predominantly because most of the people in my family were overweight. My mom seemed to be always trying some kind of crazy diet. And from the time I was young, she just tried anything she could to lose weight. And eventually she got so frustrated with the way that she looked and felt, she started going to doctors to get help, and they prescribed prescription diet pills to her. And she kept taking these tablets, and she did lose weight from this product. But she became extremely addicted to it. Her health started to go downhill, and it was a tremendous tragedy watching her year after year totally destroy her life. And when I was 18 years old, she died from a drug overdose. And it was a tremendous tragedy because my mom totally destroyed her entire life trying to lose 30 pounds. And you know, if there had been something like an Herbalife around, where someone had had the guts back then to put on a button and taken a little bit of time to talk to her about the way she looked and the way she felt about herself, she probably would have got on the Herbalife products, and she probably could have looked the way she wanted to look and feel the way that she wanted to feel, and she'd probably be alive today. And ever since that day, I've absolutely been obsessed with learning as much as I could about nutrition, about diet, helping people safely lose weight. And I was very, very fortunate. I met some very, very good people along the way. I got some doctors that got very interested in my goals and desires. And along the way, of course, I met Dick Marconi and his partner, Fred Siegel. And I went there and really just talked to them about the way I felt about how people were losing weight, how dangerous it was for everybody. And I said, you know, we could make something that could be awesome. I said, you know, you guys have a tremendous factory. You're one of the leading manufacturers in the world. And I said, why don't we put together a product that will be the most unbelievable thing in the world? Something that will be safe, something that will be totally natural, and something that will help people so they don't have to suffer the same way my mom did. And I said, I don't care how much the product costs to make. I want the best product you can possibly make. And of course, that was a tremendous order for them to do that at that time. And of course, it was very easy for me to make such a big order because I wasn't the one who was going to have to pay to put up all the money to put it together. I said, listen, you guys have got all the money. You know, you guys go and put all the products together, and I'll become the first salesman for the company. And by golly, I'll make this the most exciting thing that's ever hit, not only America, but around the world. And I'm proud to say now, not only have we hit America, but we have taken the world absolutely by storm, and we are helping more people lose weight than any company in the world. And what an exciting thing it is, too. You know, God, you know, when I started, I feel like the granddaddy of this whole thing, you know. 14 years has gone by now as I started the company. Of course, we got it. Took us about a year to get everything put together. But, you know, looking in this auditorium here tonight, this is awesome. I mean, 5,500 people showing up like this, screaming and clapping and having a good time. I mean, when I got started, there was nobody. I was the only person in the company. I mean, I was the top. I was the order department. I was the receptionist. I was the accountant. I packed the distributor kits. I was the #1 distributor. You know, of course, it's not difficult being top when you're the only one, you know. And I'll never forget trying to, you know, get some people excited about Herbalife back then. You know, first of all, I looked so young, it was ridiculous. You know, I mean, I look young now, right? But you should have seen me when I was 22, man. I mean, let me tell you, the kid really looked young. And I'll never forget, I only had one suit to my name back then. I had this little white jacket and this little black pair of pants and stuff, but I thought it was so cool, too, you know. And I'll never forget, my first little office was over on Robertson Boulevard, and I'll never forget trying to get some people together. You know, I tried to get my friends interested and jacked up about Herbalife, and, you know, I called them all up on the phone, and I said, listen, come on down to the Holiday Inn on Sunset Boulevard tonight, and I said, you guys won't even believe what you see. And they didn't. I mean, I brought with me that night, because the products weren't even packaged back then, I brought with me a baggie full of the powder of Formula One, and I said, we're going to change the entire world with this baggie full of powder. My friend said, you better stop drinking that powder, Jack. They all thought I had totally flipped out. They thought I was totally crazy. And my second meeting was even worse. You know, I mean, I was so depressed. My friends didn't want to help me. Nobody wanted to get going. So I placed this little ad in the newspaper, and it said, prisoner, are you chained to a desk 40 hours a week? Make money now, and all this kind of stuff. And I'll never forget, I mean, my office back then was 800 square feet. I mean, the receptionist area was about yay big, right? And then I had my little tiny office, and it had white carpeting. It was so cool, matched my little jacket, right? And then there was like this warehouse. The international warehousing department was about this big, right? And I had this presentation that would just crack anybody up. I had these great big cue cards, like your kid would do a presentation with. And on the front, there was a man, woman, and a child. And it said, welcome to my family. And I had 12 people show up off this ad. I mean, have any of you distributors ever run an advertisement before, or flyers and stuff? You ever have anybody that you talked to that was mean, that was nasty, that was in a bad mood? Well, let me clue you in, I scored big that night. I mean, I had 12 of the ugliest, nastiest, meanest dudes you ever saw in your entire life show up to this deal, right? I mean, they were in a bad mood. I mean, they all looked like used car salesmen, right? They had the white belts with the polyester pants with the big snags in it, right? And they just fit in this little reception room, you know, just enough for me to close the door, right? And here they all are, they're standing there, and I have my little big cue cards there, and I turned around and I said, welcome to my family. And you could hear a guy snickering in the back, we don't want to be part of your family, let me clue you in. I mean, it was the worst meeting, right? And I was saying, God, we're going to make everybody in the world lose weight. And they said, well, you know, who's lost weight so far? And I went, you know, I said, well, you know, my grandmother's lost 10 pounds already. I mean, pay attention. This thing's totally out of control already. I mean, listen here. And I said, you know, we're going to get rich. We're going to get rich. And they said, well, who's got rich so far? I said, if you guys buy some product here, I will. And I mean, it was just the absolute worst, right? They all walked out, and it was just the worst meeting. But fortunately, I finally started getting a few customers. My granny lost 25 pounds and got me some more customers. And that's what started the whole thing moving. It was just so exciting. Referrals started coming in from all over Orange County, from her losing the weight. Pretty soon, people in Texas started knowing about it. Pretty soon, people in Kansas City knew about it. And pretty soon, all of America was finding out about this incredible thing called Herbalife. And people up in Canada started saying, geez, can't we have these products? It'd be incredible for us in Canada. And we took the company to Canada. And pretty soon people from Australia said, hey, you know, don't leave us out. We want in on the deal. And we took the company to Australia. And then we just went on an absolute crash program of opening up the company worldwide, and we went to New Zealand, and then we went to Mexico, and then we went to Spain, and then we went to France, and then we went to Germany, and we went to Israel, and we've opened up Czechoslovakia, and we just opened up Portugal, and we just opened up Italy, and we're going to take this wonderful thing called Herbalife, country by country. We're going to take it language by language, and my dreams are coming true every single year, better and better. We're going to take Herbalife, trust me, completely around the entire world is what we're going to do. Yes. God, I'm so proud of what Herbalife stands for. You know, all I really wanted when I started the company was to be able to help people lose weight and, you know, have a good time and just be able to help some people that wanted to make some extra money. And, you know, it's incredible what these products do. I mean, it's so great to not only be an Herbalife distributor, but know that you can have the absolute confidence every single day of not only having the best product in the world, but being able to affect someone every single day with these products. You know, it's such a tragedy. There's so many different diets that are out there that people are struggling with every single day to try to get their weight down. I mean, there's approximately 76 million people just here in the United States struggling to try to lose weight. And they try diet after diet, and they get discouraged and more discouraged with each diet that they try. People go out there and advertise things that are for $39, and they find out they've got to eat $600 with a little prepackaged foods that look like Barbie and Ken doll meals, right? And they keep going to diet, to diet, to diet, discouragement consistently. And, you know, it's so great when you meet someone and you talk to them about Herbalife, and you know that they've got doubts, you know that they don't think it's going to work, and you know that half the time they're thinking about getting their money back. And then they try the products, they start to say, my goodness, could it work for me? And pretty soon they lose 10 pounds and 30 pounds and 40 pounds. And they start to regain their self-respect. And they start to feel good about themselves once again. That's what's so exciting about Herbalife. Not only can we help people feel so good and start to regain their self-respect about themselves, you can look yourself square in the mirror every single day and say, by golly, I'm proud of being an Herbalife distributor. What a great thing it is. The goals were always clear, and the goals were always very simple since I started the company, to make the absolute very best products we possibly could. And the company doesn't stop. It continues to put money back into research, to continue to try to search for the best natural things that we possibly can, to continue to help people lose weight around the world in a safe and natural way. And the other goal that I had was to be able to allow distributors from all walks of life, regardless of their color, regardless of their religion, regardless of how their experience, regardless of their background, regardless of anything, that they would be able to start right where they were as an Herbalife distributor and absolutely be able to go as far as they wanted to as an individual. And I'm proud to say that not only we had people who have started out from all walks of life, from truck drivers to accountants to lawyers to people at Checkers at Market Basket who have done extraordinarily well in our company, but I'm proud to say that after 13 years, our company, regardless of how much time it takes, regardless of how much the employees got to stay up overtime, regardless if the orders are late and they've got to stay up and put them all in, we have written our checks to our distributors every single month on time, cashable checks for 13 years.
Most incredible person that I've ever met.
I'm very glad I got to know him.
He was the neatest guy on the planet. He was so awesome.
Had a huge drive behind him.
One of the most generous, caring persons that I've ever met.
It's the embodiment of everything that we value.
I'd never met someone with that sincerity and that caring ever.
He just was a person that had the biggest heart in the world.
He was a man with a vision.
He worked harder than anyone I've ever seen work.
He was just a great human being.
I can remember this very sincere young man who had a bigger-than-life dream.
Whatever happened, he always lived in the future.
Here's a guy who was very inspirational.
It was the way that he looked people in the eye. It was the way that he dealt with people. It was something about how he felt and his conviction about what he did.
The moment he came into a room, the whole room was, wow, what's going on? Who is this person? So even they didn't know him. He was just there.
He made all of us believe that if he could do it, truly we could do it.
That's not maybe it's going to happen. That is going to happen. Okay, period.
started out of the trunk of a car out of a dream as just a teenager.
You know, this Herbalife thing is really been a dream of mine and a dream come true.
Mark Hughes is the man that had the dream.
There's no reason why everybody in the building can't get to the president's team. Everybody.
Someone that made the dream come true.
I'm talking about everybody in the room. I mean all the way in the back of the room.
He had a dream to take it around the world and do something for humanity.
We are great Herbalife. So when our children are doing this business and they walk the streets of Rome and they say, what do you do? And they say Herbalife, the people will go, wow, unbelievable, okay?
Mark Hughes was the guy that had this vision and was sure about this 25 years ago.
First of all, I was 22 years old.
He was an underdog.
And I didn't have any money.
Wrong side of the tracks.
And my hair was real long.
9th grade education.
Didn't have any doctorate degrees.
Mother died of a drug overdose.
I didn't have any experience in running a company like this.
Yet, look at what he created.
Only my dream of a company called Herbalife.
You know, in the beginning, Herbalife started with one dream in mind, and that was to better people's health through proper nutrition and to get people to get their system cleansed, to get on proper nutrition, and to be able to head their lives in a proper direction.
His philosophy, his energy, his spirit, it still permeates the whole company.
Mark Hughes was one of the visionaries of this century.
I thank God that I had this opportunity in my life to meet Mark.
He was truly an extraordinary man. In a world full of darkness, he was like a shining lamp, like a beacon of light, if you will.
He was an amazing person. And if I can just be 1/10 as amazing as him, well, that'd be pretty amazing in itself.
We are the ones, we got the products, we got the leadership, we are the most unbelievable people, we're simply the best!
I can remember this very sincere young man who had a bigger-than-life dream, and it seemed like really nobody was listening to him.
You know, a lot of people say, you know, I wish I got in on the beginning. No, you don't. It was terrible in the beginning.
In my first opportunity meeting with him, everybody was walking out, and I didn't really know, I thought they were getting a notebook or pen or tape recorder, but I soon found myself being the only one at the Mark Hughes training class.
It was unbelievably terrible.
He had a look in his eyes that had a sparkle of hope, a sparkle of future.
See, and we had to teach ourselves how to be positive about everything, no matter what, because we didn't have anything, and all we were doing was talking about the dream and the hope and the prayer that this thing was going to work. And we talked about it like it was going to be unbelievable, okay? And at night, we were praying it was going to be unbelievable, okay?
And I actually felt for the first time, here was someone that was going to care about my future. And he was looking for someone to believe in him, and I was looking for something to believe in.
And I go to write out Jerry Svetanovich's very first royalty override check for 97 cents. $0.97. It cost me more than 97 cents to write the check out. Okay? And here I am writing this check out, and I'm thinking to myself, oh man, 97 cents. And this is my top distributor. You know? But, you know, Jerry was great about this because, you know, we taught our people how to be excited about everything, no matter what. That's a very important concept. Excited about everything, no matter what. So Jerry went around with this 97-cent check, and she said, look at this. It is unbelievable. She says, you know what? If it keeps doubling month after month after month after month after month after month after month, okay, I'm going to get rich. It's going to be unbelievable. My girl.
I'll never forget that day.
There's only one thing that I can say, really from the heart, and that's that this company started as a tiny little dream. It's built up and it's built, and it's now become a reality. And that's really something that's very, very special. And I don't know what else to say other than just thank you. I really don't.
So when I started with Herbalife, my goal was, of course, I wanted to have the Ferrari, because it was a dream when I was 4 years old. I wanted to have a Ferrari. But really, what I wanted is freedom, and I wanted to survive in this world, that it's not an easy world.
I learned more about living and more about what I was doing in business through the hardest times in my life, not through the best times in my life. Because when things are difficult and when things are not good, your true character in life, how much of a man or a woman you're going to be, is that's when it really shows. That's when it shines.
People think that Marcus was the guy that was, for him everything was perfect and everything was nice. But I saw the other side of Marcus. Explain me. You have to do the right thing. And the other side is when I got divorced. You know, he passed with me through all this process. And he was calling me like every day, how are you, how are the things going, and blah, blah, blah. And a multimillionaire that has millions of distributors and this company, you know, calling me was one of the best experience of, if you are a friend of someone, doesn't matter where you are, just keep talking, keep helping the
Listen,
guy.
all of our families need someone that they can look up to. And let me tell you, not just our families, it starts family by family, town by town. But let me tell you what we're doing in Herbalife. We're teaching the world how they ought to be able to live. Everybody needs some guidance in this world today. My goodness, if you look at the circumstances in the world today, with the fighting that's going on, with the people that don't love each other, with the people that can't get along with things, where else can we have a room in the world today where there's so many different languages and so many different personalities and so many different religious situations, where everybody can come together at one single time with one common bond to help people with better nutrition and to help people better their lives. We got to be the most outstanding leadership that's running this world. Really, this is what it's about.
At the first supervisor workshop that I went to, Mark, I remember him saying, we're going to change the nutritional habits of the world one person at a time. I thought he was either crazy or he had the biggest vision of anyone I had ever met, and it turns out it was the latter. I thought he was either crazy or he had the biggest vision of anyone I had ever met, and it turns out it was the latter.
It's not important where I'm at right now.
I was an entrepreneur, but I was broken. I was failing in the real estate business.
I had no car, no bank account.
I lost belief in myself.
No money, no nothing, and no way of getting some income.
It's where I can be in the future that's important. At that time, I recognized Herbalife was what I was looking for many years.
First month made $1,000. Within 9 months, I was making 40 grand a month.
On my mid-20s, I got my income to over $100,000 a month.
By the time I was 30, we started at 28. My wife was 23. We hit $1.1 million in income.
We have everything we want, and now you end up figuring out ways to give it away.
Trust me, I can tell you with absolute sincerity, anything is possible if you just keep using, where, and talking, and do it over and over and over and over and over again. The wildest dreams you've ever thought of can come true in Herbalife.
Then my personal dream is about traveling, because I love to travel, to spend time on countries, knowing people, knowing better some continents and some places that are still like really natural.
You can conquer anything in your life if you want to, if you just keep working on yourself.
My dreams in the future, I love challenges. And one thing, and it might sound kind of crazy, but I'm going to do it sooner or later, is I want to own an island.
Anything is possible.
I've accomplished everything that I wanted to accomplish. I wanted to, I wanted a ranch. I got a ranch. I wanted a airplane. I got an airplane. I wanted a helicopter. I got a helicopter.
You can go as far as you want to go because that's the way it is in Herbalife.
I've always dreamt of producing an Oscar-winning movie. I've dropped my mother's dream of me becoming Prime Minister, second generation anyway.
Anything is possible.
My dream now is to get on the Founders Circle. When I heard what they're offering the Founders Circle, my dream is to travel the world and be on the Founders Circle until they come up with something even better.
Most of my personal dreams have come true, so my dream is that my children's dreams come true, and I have great comfort knowing that we have Herbalife. If nothing else, I mean, if they can do whatever they want to do, but if nothing else, they have Herbalife, which I know is a vehicle that can help their dreams come true in an incredibly positive way.
I want to give back, and I want to be a person that people say, she could have retired and just sat in her mansion or her yacht or whatever and, just took the money every single month. That's not what I want. I want to be the person that, another 10 years, another 20 years, I want to still be doing this because it's so fulfilling. And I just hope that I become more than I am now.
$5 billion is what's going to be happening. And I'm going to get the $5 billion, period. Okay? This kid is going to $5 billion. Now, again, if you guys decide to get in on this, okay, great.
He says, oh, okay, great, Dorn. Listen, you want to double your income? No problem. All you got to do is do what you did here, just do it again. And he drew it out again. And that was his whole training. All you've got to do is do what you did before, do it again.
For me, Herbalife is somewhere that carrying this dream from Mark Hughes and deliver to all those distributors and leaders.
Since Herbalife is growing so fast now, I see myself continuing to do what I'm doing and do it better and do it more and help other people and influence more people with the Herbalife mission and train more people and travel more because I'm excited like never before.
We started with nutritional clubs, and for me, no question, nutritional clubs is the future for all Herbalife.
To have the lofty goals that the company has now come to fruition, it takes every little distributor. And if I do my part in my home on my street, and you do your part on your home and your street, and we all pitch in and work this thing together, then collectively we're going to make this thing happen.
As a leader, I think that I can play my part of duplicating what I believe and what I experience and the success all through the stages.
Well, I'm working very much in the Nutrition Club concept in India. The whole India team of people, the leadership and the Nutrition Club owners, are all coming together and trying to find how to get this concept into India in an India sort of way.
Every single really working tool has to be given to the rest of the world if they are able to really work this in their markets and in their countries. And we are there to share this idea.
The thing is that to bring other people, so you got to copy yourself, inspire other people to do exactly the same thing. And I put as a goal to have even more people and inspiring more people to get to the 3 billion and beyond.
How I'm helping the company to get to 3 billion and beyond is I help the company do 1 million and beyond. And that is, I use the product, I wear the button, I talk to as many people as I possibly can, as passionately as I can, with as much enthusiasm as I can, and try to keep it fun, simple, and magical.
So I see my role as continuing to work with the management of Herbalife as a partner to create more ways of reaching people, better ways of training distributors, and better ways of spreading the understanding of how our products can help people around the world.
The acceleration is so much faster now that I know I have absolutely no idea where this thing can go.
There isn't any kind of background today that you can't think of that people have started the company with the most miserable circumstances you can possibly imagine, every kind of color of skin, every kind of different race, every different kind of religious habit, every kind of different personality. Everybody around the world, okay, is being able to do good under this unbelievable thing called Herbalife.
I just don't know where to start. I'd really like to thank a lot of the people that have stuck with me through a lot of the good times that we've had, but more importantly, the bad times that I've personally gone through and the company's gone through. And I'd like to thank you for sticking along with me. We have accomplished that people are finally aware that there is a better way to take care of themselves through nutrition and through herbs, and that herbs are something that is important. We will never be coming out with cheap products just to make a nickel off of every single person in this room. We'll have the finest quality products in the world. If you have the feeling in your heart that if you were never ever to make a dime with this company again, would you still use the Herbalife products every single day, and would you go out and sell them? I can't tell you about everything in the future, but I will tell you this, it's going to get much, much better.
On the first day of 1956, one of the greatest legends of our time recorded Heartbreak Hotel in Nashville, Tennessee. His name was Elvis Presley, and this, his first hit, officially introduced him to the American national music consciousness. The song was inspired by a young man who died an untimely death and evoked the last words, "I walk a lonely street." It was a song that would serve as the definition of a generation of music unlike anything the world has ever seen since. On that day, something else had taken place, perhaps not so momentous at the time, but that would prove to also define a generation, not of music, but of changing people's lives, and who would also die an untimely death as fate would have it. On January the 1st, 1956, in a gritty little neighborhood tucked away in South Los Angeles called La Mirada, Mark Hughes was born. His life was fairly unremarkable. Born to Joanne Hughes and raised by her and Stuart Hartman, whom she married, Mark was probably reared much like many of us. Mind your manners, be responsible, keep your elbows off the table, make good choices. He was skinny and good-looking, polite and friendly, and very protective of his two younger brothers. The quietest of the three boys, he'd inherited his mother's good looks and Stuart's focus and intensity. Like many families of the day, Joanne and Stuart moved the family to Camarillo to try to provide a better life for them, to build a future and keep the family safe. And like many other families of the day, their not-so-picture-perfect marriage fell apart and resulted in a divorce that would change the family forever. Mark's childhood was like many in the growing suburban community: school, day trips to the Channel Islands, bicycle rides and fishing outings. That all came to an end after the divorce, and Joanne began to chase her youth, trying fad diet after fad diet. It was a scary time for Mark, and when Joanne became sick in 1969, when Mark was just 13 years of age, the family returned to La Mirada. They lived with her parents, Mark's grandparents, Lawrence and Hazel Hughes, who took the family in and took care of them as only family could. But despite their best efforts, and with Mark's never-ending grief, Joanne died of complications from the deadly combination and steady use of weight loss and sleep aids. Mark was only 19 years of age. It was then he decided he would make a difference in the world, with his mother as his beacon, and the goal of preventing what had happened to her happened to anybody else. While fundraising for a California youth group, Mark had found his calling. He was charismatic, charming and persuasive. He'd even convinced then Governor Ronald Reagan to part with $500. And with the taste of success in his mouth, the goal of changing lives through better health as his objective, the idea of personal financial freedom, and the memory of his mother in his heart, Mark Hughes entered the world of direct selling and network marketing. In 1976, Mark began selling Slender Now diet products, quickly becoming one of their top 100 earners. When the company collapsed in 1979, he sold exercise equipment and weight control products for Golden Youth, another direct sales organization. And when Golden Youth also failed, Mark decided to start his own company. Intrigued by the Eastern philosophy of herbal medicine, combined with the vitamin and mineral technology of the West, he co-developed a line of products that promised a bold 100% satisfaction guaranteed or your money back. At 24 years of age, Mark Reynolds Hughes, having taken his mother's maiden name, introduced Herbalife in the United States and single-handedly rewrote direct selling history. Unremarkable turned quite remarkable, if you ask me. I often wonder what he would think if he could see us today, sitting here in this arena, looking at how big our organizations have grown, reflecting on the company's incredible retention rate, tasting our new products, walking into a nutrition club, celebrating success at a new president's team experience. How proud he would be. How incredibly happy we would have made him. I know in my heart, as many of you do in yours, that his light is what has made this possible, that his vision is what fuels us, that we are forever changed because of his influence on us and his belief that despite what we may think of ourselves every now and again, we're truly remarkable human beings. What a gift we've been given. What an incredible, invaluable, unique gift.
I had this incredible dream when I wanted to start the Herbalife company that we could help people lose weight and we could help them do it safely, and they would have not just hope, that they would have reality. If you could imagine what it was like when we got started, it was absolutely unbelievable.
Herbalife was an extremely important cause for me. It got started by me when I was 22 years old, primarily because most of the people in my family had a weight problem, especially my mom. As I was growing up, she was always trying some goofy kind of diet. When I was 18 years old, she died from a drug overdose. It wasn't until 1976 that China held an international symposium on herbs. That's when I really got excited about herbs and what they would do for your health. And since then, what's happened with herbs and Herbalife has just been absolutely staggering.
You can't even believe where our office is. It's in Beverly Hills, and we're proud about being in Beverly Hills. In my very first meeting, I got 15 of my friends together, and I laid the whole deal out to them. So the opportunity meeting was set up for me to invite people all day long. I could pitch them in 1 hour instead of spending 7 hours to do it. That's where I had my testimonials and my other people that had their income.
Hi, my name is Geraldine Spitanovich.
We're John and Lori Tardo.
Mi nombre es Sócrates Valencia.
The so-called expert weight loss people that were here yesterday. I think if they're so expert in weight loss, why were they so fat yesterday? It seems to me, and I'm not trying to make any jokes, but I do think that they ought to use our product.
Jim's got this ability to get you to think different about yourself and what you can do and what you can become.
Company customer by customer, and we're going to take this company distributor by distributor, and we're going to take Herbalife around the entire world.
Alan and Carol Lorenz, this is Carol.
If it wasn't for all of you, we wouldn't be able to take the products out and take them to the public. So I'd not only like to thank you, but to thank all of our customers for sticking by us. And by us, we can go out and make this a better place for people to live. May God bless all of you. Thank you very much. Let's go.
And if you think what we've done in Herbalife at this point is exciting, let me tell you something we have just got started. If I can make it, I'm telling you, you can make it. You're what's making Herbalife. You're what the pulse is of the company every single day. And you should be proud of what we're doing as a group. Because as a group, we're making Herbalife happen. Every single one of us. And if there was ever a place it would be to be doing the business, seriously, and it was going to work out, it would be right here in South America.
All you got to do is take one of these, 3 of those, twice a day at 10 and 3.
La verdad que yo he estado en tantos entrenamientos en los 6 años que llevo en la compañía y yo nunca he visto algo de tan alta calidad como lo que se está viendo hoy en la extravaganza. Y tenía que ser la extravaganza latina.
And let me tell you something, if we all join here together, not only will we hit this 400 million this year, but we can make this a better world for people to live in.
Cada una de todas las personas que están sentadas aquí por primera vez puede tener la posibilidad de mejorar su futuro de vida, tanto para uno, tanto para su familia, tanto para sus hijos, tanto para los hijos de sus hijos, que es algo que todo el mundo aquí afuera, en el mundo entero, busca lograr toda la vida.
Out of all the things that we've done in Herbalife, one of the most rewarding has been helping at-risk children through the Herbalife Family Foundation. We have made significant contributions to helping improve the lives of children around the world.
Parcialmente soy el culpable por todo lo que está pasando aquí anoche, porque yo encontré a Nani en Madrid hace algunos años, le hablé de este negocio, él me ha creído y este es el resultado.
Herbalife got the best product, we got the best marketing plan, we got the best distributors in the entire world, we got the best trainers of any company in the entire world, and not only that, we're better looking, we're skinnier, and we're looking good, baby. How you doing, Chile? How about Argentina? We got any Venezuelans?
Mark Hughes had this incredible dream. He believed that he could change the nutritional habits of the world, and we're doing that. He had this incredible dream that he could build financial independence for people globally, and we're doing that.
We've got something special here. The best products in the world change people's lives. A business opportunity that enriches people. We've got a brand that's growing, it's fun, it's vibrant. The most important thing, we've got heart. Because we believe in what we're doing. We believe in the mission of this company. We believe that we're here to change people's lives. We do it with integrity and honor. There's nothing in the world like Herbalife. Let's go, Herbalife. Thank you. A huge moment in this company's history. We're going to take this company to 10, 15, 20 billion. This truly is more than a company. It's a family. It's an opportunity that is second to nobody. You're going to find your life change. I guarantee it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Herbalife. This product, here we go. Vitamins, minerals, nutrients, good proteins, good carbohydrates, about 200 calories per serving, balanced nutrition, targeted nutrition. These products are safe, they're efficacious, and they have science behind them. This shake, this simple shake, the best meal on the face of the earth. It's called Herbalife. The product, the product, the product. It's never been better. We've got the greatest team of scientists that any company of our type has on the face of this earth.
Guess what? There is a whole lot more out there just waiting to join.
We already are more in a company because we give back. And we give back in ways that are so special. Do you know our Herbalife Family Foundation? Our Casa Herbalifes are up around the world now because of you. That's what Mark wanted. He wanted it to be about kids at risk because he was a kid at risk. And all we've done is taken his dream and built on it. This is truly a global brand now. You're going to see it and feel it globally.
Together with the inspiration of where we're going, there's no doubt we're going to make an incredible effect on the entire world.
We're about to embark upon the greatest 10 years in this company's history. We are about to go faster, stronger, better, deeper, wider, city to city, and make Herbalife the most known brand on the face of this earth. To make that leap, shine globally. Come on, Herbalife, let's go get them!